Life and lifestyle. Another market recap for the day, September the 23rd. Market is finally looking better for a change, and got a few good trades today. Played a couple wrong, played a couple right, and missed a lot of big ones. But decided to try a little hick guitar banjo music, you know, something different. Remind me of that movie, Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Dope movie. First thing first, you want to learn from who I learned from. Get the stock market playlist, 30 resources for $30. Get the merch, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Links in the description below. So, I guess no one gives a fuck about Evergrande anymore. First thing first. Today's market was meh. It was good, but it wasn't great, obviously. There wasn't as much choppiness, but it was a little bit of abruptness. I would say there was a lot of movement to the upside for a lot of big movers, and then it had some pullbacks and deaths as well. So very interesting day. I took 5 trades today. Of those 5, I lost 2. 1, 2, and broke even on 1. And today I had a green day. So we're gonna go over those trades, starting with Cisco. Let me move this over. So Cisco, I took a 57.50 call right around here, right around the 4-hour entry point. New thing, these orange bars are going to start popping up now. These are true 4-hour entries. I think the lines I was using were the high and the low of the day, and this can be another potential entry point a little earlier, just a tad bit earlier, that could prove to be very beneficial for me going forward. I back tested it today over the trades I took, and I'll keep an eye on it going forward. As just a overall indicator, kind of like a slightly early indicator for getting into a play. So I got into the 57.50 call right here, right after it broke the 56.13 early entry, and the call was at 56.37. So I got in right here at a good point. It ran up to here, and it started to consolidate right around here. And it dipped a little bit. Now this was a $29 call, so my stop loss was 26. I don't think it got anywhere close to 26. I think it did hit 20. I think it hit like 27 for a second or something like that. No, I think it hit 28. Ran up here. So around this point, once it broke over here, it was at like 35, which is almost 20%. Then up here, it was at 30% at 38. 38 to 41. It kept dancing around here. Let me go to the 5-minute, give you a better viewpoint. So right here, it kept dancing right around here. And I remember when I play Apple, is that when it keeps dancing, you slowly start to lose your price. It just slowly just dwindles away throughout the day because there's no movement. So around here, it was at like 40, 41, then it dipped. And I got out right here at 38 for $9, 31% return. And then about, I'm gonna say 20 minutes later, it started to go up again. But here's the thing, the volatility had already diminished. So even though it was up, it was still around 39.40, 39.40, 41, 39.40, 42. I wanted to sell it at 44. It had went to 41 around here, then fell to 36. and 35, and I was like, let me not lose my gain, so let me get out at 38. Right after I got out at 38, it went to 39 because it was dancing. It was fucking with me. You'll notice it's playing options. Sometimes they'll play with you. You'll have a price at 39 and say sell, and they'll say nope, 38. Then you'll switch it to 38, sell it, and then right after they take it, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's 39 again. I hate that. It's like they're watching you or something, which is weird because there's millions of people trading, but I mean it is computer, so maybe they are watching. So I got out, and then it kept going, and then around, let me see, I got out right here around 10, I'm saying around 10:30. Between 10 and 10:30, I got out of the trade. By 11 to 12, between 11:30 to 12:30, so within an hour, it had hit 50% for 44. And it went a little higher than 50% actually. But 50% was my auto get out, so I would have got out here anyway. And this lets me know to maybe hold trades a little bit longer. I'm just so focused on making sure I have green days that anything close to red I get out of. So I cut my losses very quickly. And that also works against me because I'll tend to cut my earnings a little quickly sometimes. Because I've learned, you know, I get out here, this could have just as easily turned right here and been down here. And I would have been saying, damn, I should have sold it and I lost $3. So once it crosses 30%, I'm in the take the money range. Between 30 and 50% is my sell zone. I'm going to keep it in that point. So once it crosses 30, I'm seriously in like, okay, if it hits 20, I'm getting out of there. And it stayed around there because 20% for this would have been 35. So long as it stayed over 20%, I was good. I maybe could have raised my stop loss to 35 and let it sit. But I wanted to make sure I had some money to lock in, so I took that trade. This was my best trade today as well. I say I could have played this one a little bit better. But based off how the price moved and stuff, I'm proud of, I'm happy with my results. Coca-Cola, KO. I got into Coca-Cola for a early call right as it crossed the early entry point. Which is right here. To the upside, head into this call up here at 54.82. So 54.56. I got in around 54.55, I think, 54.60, something like that. And it immediately started to reverse. And I didn't like the way it was reversing. So right around, it went up, and right around here, it was dancing right here for a second, and then it started to go down. And I was like, I don't like this. Then this came and it opened and it went back up. I said, okay, we're good. Because it went down to like 26.50. And my stop loss was 26. But I had cut my stop loss because I thought I was going to cut early. And I had a price action line that I was like, well, if it gets close to this line, let me go and get out early because that lets me know it's about the reverse. So I, matter of fact, yeah, right at that point was two down. So I watch, and then I get out right here at 54.50. I get out at 54.50 for a 7% loss. I lost $2 on this trade. And I got out just in time because, as you can see, Coca-Cola shit the bed. Coca-Cola's now in put territory. So I played this one pretty well. In all honesty, I probably shouldn't have took the trade till it was maybe up here more. But I was seeing things move so fast. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Some things are moving so fast, I just wanted to make sure I caught something. So Coca-Cola was my first loss. So I'm green 7. Charge point. Charge point is one of my reversal plays. I'm still learning how to play these correctly. Only reason I chose this one is because another reversal I was looking at went crazy. Oh my God, it went crazy like 2 days ago. So I was like, well, let me pay a little more attention to these. Maybe I'll get some good movement. So I got into the charge point call right around here. for 31 bucks. Now Charge Point was playing around for a minute, and I was trying to get it for 30, I think 29, 30, but I didn't hold it, and I need to be a little more resilient with that. I need to be a little more resilient with, if I say I want the price at 30, to just leave it there and wait for it to happen. But the only downside is that sometimes when you get those triggers, it's because it's about to die, and they just wanted to get a sucker on the way down. So it's really finicky picking entry points. You gotta get the best price you can, and just be okay with being wrong. But like, if let's say I put in a order right here, like it's up here, and I said, okay, get me in at 25, and it's at like 28. It'll get me at 25 here, and then drag me on down to 23, which would have been my stop loss. So instead of doing something like that, when it starts to get close to 25, I'll cut my order, watch it fall, and then see what it does, and then get back in, which is also kind of gambling. Because then sometimes it'll hit the 25 for 2 seconds and then run to 40. And you're like, ah, damn, I should have just took the trade. So going forward, I might just just leave those there and just take my L's. Because even if I'm wrong, I could still get out for like $1 or $2 loss. It's not going to be like a $10 loss. I might lose like $1 or $2. I cut my losses pretty quickly, and my wins just have to be triple that. So I got into it right here. It went up about almost 10%. Almost. Matter of fact, no, it wasn't there. Go to the 5 minute. I got into it right here and got out right here. Yeah, I got out right. You see that curve? Boom, boom. Got in at 31. It went up 32, 33, 34, 32, 31, 30. I said, you know, I don't like this. I'm out. I got out at 30. I got out really quickly, 3%. I cut that bitch like a motherfucker. And technically, I'm glad I did. Because, I mean, even though it went back up to about 34, 35, it still didn't do much more than 10%. And then it died again. So technically, this was a re-entry point, in a sense. Because now it's actually up. So we'll see what this does tomorrow. But this might actually hit the entry at 2071 tomorrow and actually be up, 20% or something. So Charge Point, I think I was just a little early cutting that, and I could have played it a little bit better, but I did the best I could on that one. JetBlue, this was my worst trade of the day right here. I'm so ashamed of the way I was up playing JetBlue. So I got into JetBlue around here, real early on the call. And no, it wasn't. I got into JetBlue around here. I was watching JetBlue all through this. You see, the thing is, American Airlines was going retarded right around this part. This is American Airlines. It shot up immediately. And just didn't give you a chance to do anything. It just shot up. And then it pulled back. And I was like, hey, okay, I'll get a chance. But it stayed up. And then it shot up again. And then pulled back. And after that, it ran, pulled back one more time, and just kept on going. American Airlines was one of the big moves of the day. It was up a decent amount. But when that happened, what trade was I looking at? JetBlue. Okay. So I was looking at JetBlue as a sympathy play, which means a trade is going to follow a trade. So American Airlines shot up, pulled back, shot up, pulled back, shot up, and up. So as I saw that, I said, okay, JetBlue should copy that. So right around here, I was looking to enter JetBlue. Then this happened. I should have got in right there. But I wasn't sure, and I had stopped watching for a second as I think I was trading. I think I was finishing up the other trade at that time. So I was like, well, let me make sure I get this one trade right before I start jumping to something else. As you see, that's a 2 down, 2 up. So the true entry was right there, actually, based off the strat. So right here, 1557. So that 10-cent move was my entry point. My perfect entry point was right in there. So it ran up. I got in right around here. And up to here, it was it went up about 10%. I was like, okay, cool, it's moving. Give it some time. Let's let it go. American Airlines went crazy, so this should break 16. This is a $16 call at 1570. So it should break 16. That's what I was looking for. I got the call for 48 bucks. I could have got it for 44 when I was watching earlier, but I was being stubborn. I could have got it for 42. Hell, I could have got it for 38. But once it broke over the line, I said, well, it's a confirmation that it's going to be moving, so let me get it at 48. But that's on me. I got in late. I should have got in down here, like I said, for 40 to 44, and then I would have caught a smooth 20%, if not 30%. Actually, I would have caught over 30% if I would have got in right here like I should have. It went up here, hit 1588, got a strong rejection, and it just started to die. And just die. And I was like, I don't like this. I lost my 10%, and I just got out right here for a break even. 48 to 48, I lost nothing. And it went down here and bounced right off of the entry point. Now, if I would have been more aggressive, you know, as my capital gets bigger and my skills improve, I'll get more aggressive. As I get more aggressive, I would have potentially re-entered right here at maybe 46, 47 maybe, got a slightly better price. Even though my stop loss would have been 44, I cut it early to preserve my losses. Then it would have gave me free money, technically, because I didn't lose anything, to try it again at 46. Because then, as you see later on, it ran back up again, and it hit 53 again. So if I would have caught it at 46, I could have caught almost 20% right here. I would have got it down here at 38.40. I would have caught 30% here or here. And JetBlue is still up. It could still run, but I don't like negative, so I just got out of it. But this might do something tomorrow. MO Ultra. Good old Ultra. I've been playing Ultra for a while. I might add this to my keep watching list because it keeps popping up. Ultra, I got into the $50 call. I was watching this in the morning, and I watched it right around here. And as it got to this point, I was like, should I, shouldn't I? I don't know. It was about 30, I'm gonna say 30 bucks, 30, 31 bucks right around here. And as you see, MO went fucking crazy. And up here, it was at over 50. Let me think. It went from 30 to almost 70 bucks up here. So as you can see, I really missed that move. Then it pulled down violently. And then right here, it started to bounce up again. Now this is the 4-hour entry on the calls that wasn't here the day it happened, because I could have caught this move that much faster. Because it opened right here at 48.61, died for a second, and then came back up. So yeah, if that's a 2, that would have been my entry point right there, actually. But you know, I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to see stuff even now as I retrack my trades, and hopefully you guys are starting to see it too. So it bounces off the 4-hour, which wasn't here that before, re-triggers, and I get in it right around here. For the $50 call, I got it for 36 bucks. It went up here, it tapped the previous one of the highs, technically, at 49. And at this point, it was at, let me think, 42, 43. So that's about 20%. Let me say 36 times 2, that's 720. Yeah, that's about 20% at 43. So it's up. No, I think it was at 40. Yeah, it was at 42, 43. So it was up about 20%. Then it pulls back. I didn't like the pullback. So I just got out of it. I was like, let me just cut my trades now, because it was approaching noon at that time. And I try to be done by noon. So I was like, let me just cut it now. So I cut the trade at 40 bucks. I got 11%. I locked it in. And shortly after I cut the trade, it ran back up to 20%. So I was early on Ultra as well. So I cut Ultra early, I cut JetBlue early, and I cut ChargePoint early. Had I cut JetBlue, actually I got into JetBlue late. If I got into JetBlue at the right time, I could have got 30%. If I got into ChargePoint and held it, I could have locked in at least 10%. If I held Cisco, I would have made another 20%. And if I sold Ultra at a better time, I could have made another 6%. So Ultra wasn't that bad. Cisco's is within my play. JetBlue was a horrible trade. Coca-Cola wasn't that bad. ChargePoint, not that bad. So my worst trade was JetBlue. So JetBlue is what I need to learn from. It's just not trading this properly. And then Cisco is all about knowing how to hold it a bit longer. Now, the one that got away, fucking QuantumScape. QuantumScape is up 15% as a stock today. You know what that does to the goddamn options chain? 400% moves is what happens to the options chain. Oh, you don't believe me? Let me show you. QuantumScape, I was looking at the $27 call for October 1st. When I was looking at the call, it was $33. I could have got it for 35. I wanted to get it for 31, so I missed it. And it closed today at $150. So from 33, let's say 35 to 150. That's my fault. And it was up higher than that. It was up almost 800% at one point. Oh, you don't think that's something? Let me show you the $28 call. One call higher went from 13 cents, $13 to $117. That call is almost up 1,000%. And I watched it. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it happen. QuantumScape moved so goddamn fast, it was ridiculous. The entry point was right here at 24.56. Early call was at 24.44. I didn't have a lot of time. QuantumScape, let me show you the 5-minute. QuantumScape opened right down here, and as soon as it opened, I was like, keep an eye on QuantumScape. Then the first 5 minutes, it broke the 4-hour entry. Now, if I would have had this entry here, I probably would have took this trade at $24 instead of $24.40, because then it had a big push to, it went from 24 to almost to 24.50 in the next 5-minute candle, and all that momentum pushed the price straight up. So now it's no longer $30, now it's $40. I said, I'm not gonna take that bitch anymore. And it pushes up even more, and it pulled back a little bit right around here. I should have got in right here. Hindsight is 2020, of course, so you didn't know QuantumScape was gonna go fucking crazy. It pulls back around 38.40, I'm gonna say, and just ran. And I'm a little mad at myself for missing that one. I keep missing QuantumScape big moves. I've watched QuantumScape do this a couple times, but I'm keeping an eye on QuantumScape going forward. And the other one that got away from me, MRK. MRK was I didn't know anything about this company, so I wasn't watching them as seriously. So MRK had already triggered the call at the open from 75 to 52. $75 call for 52 cents. So around the time I saw it, right around here, it was already at like 55.60, and I wanted to get it cheaper. I wanted to get it like 53, 54, but it didn't pull back. See, this is the downside of trying to get the pullback entry or waiting for a pullback, because sometimes the bitch don't pull back, or the pullback is very quick. So this is another thing for me to learn. You know, maybe I should just jump in a little earlier, or maybe going forward, I might take 2 trades. I take one at the regular entry just in case it doesn't do anything, and then take another one at the pullback. You know, maybe even take a trade with the stop loss of 10%, and if I hit that stop loss, get in again at the stop loss price to try to ride that back up. Because that's what my pullback entry is. My pullback entry is just getting it at a 10% pullback from where the price is. So if I jumped in right away, I wait for it to pull back a little bit and I get in a better price. So if I did that with 2 options, then I can catch those moves, but you know, I might get double hurt when it goes against me. But MRK went crazy. It went up to almost 100% right here. And then it started to die as well. So those were the trades of the day. I'm gonna tell my guy. I'm not gonna go over the watch list for tomorrow because this video is long enough as it is. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me for this long. I didn't know I was talking that long. I swore this shit was gonna be 15 minutes. Anywho, I digress. You guys are awesome. Y'all have a wonderful night. And let's hope for a green Friday. And that would make 2 green weeks in a row. So happy about that. All right, you guys get some rest. Have a good one.